Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or back to my channel. If this is the first video of mine that you are watching, hi, my name is Megan. I am a mother to a 14-month-old little boy, and I am currently almost 27 weeks pregnant with my second baby, who is going to be a little girl who is due in May. A little backstory to start this off. I am a recovering heroin addict. I've been clean 2 years, and I am doing a MAT, which is medically assisted treatment. I am on Suboxone, buprenorphine, which currently now I am on Subutex because I am pregnant. I was also on Subutex when I was pregnant with my son, Lincoln. Now, when I had Lincoln, I had him in a hospital that does not do the whole rooming in, and I will get into what rooming in is, but to let you know my experience when I had him. Within probably 2 hours after I had him, they took him to the NICU and kept him there. He did ended up needing to be on a little bit of morphine, and we were only there for 12 days. Now, with this baby, I do not want to have my child on morphine, and yes, I know I'm gonna get comments that if I don't want my child on morphine, maybe I shouldn't have been a heroin addict, maybe I shouldn't have done Subutex. But the way I look at it is, I'm not out there shooting heroin into my body. I am doing something that I am prescribed. I do not get high off of it. I do not get any type of mind altercation on this medication. And I am currently on, I'm only taking 8 milligrams a day. I am prescribed 16, but I'm only taking 8 of it, because I am dwindling myself down, and by the time I have my daughter, I plan to at least be on either 2 milligrams or 4 milligrams. The goal is to be on 2, but hopefully I can get down that low. Some days I only take 6, some days I take 8 milligrams. It just depends on how I feel, because I don't want to let myself go into withdrawal too much, because it puts stress on my daughter. But okay, rooming in is where, instead of the baby going into the NICU 2 hours or an hour or immediately after birth, you get to be in a private room with your baby, just like anybody else that would have a child would be. You do have nurses that come in regularly, just like any other delivery, and they score your baby, and they look for things. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm not 100% sure on everything that they look for, but I'm gonna go ahead and go through a list of everything that they go for, look for. They look for high-pitched cries, inconsolable for 15 seconds or longer, or intermittently crying for any time greater than 5 minutes. If the baby sleeps for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 after a feeding, they get scored a certain score. Hyperactive, tremors, either disturbed or undisturbed tremors, which is where the baby like shakes or like flinches. Tremors, I know they look for modeling, increased muscle tone, seizures, fever, frequent yawning, sneezing, vomiting, nasal stuffiness, poor feeding, loose stools, watery stools, excessive irritability, or yeah, just excessive irritability. Now, the severity of symptoms of NAS are scored using a NAS scoring chart, a modified Finnegan scoring system. Infants scoring 3 consecutive NAS scores, averaging anything 8 or above for 3 times in a row. Like, say baby got 8, 8, and then 7. Then you'd have to start over the 3 8 scores. Now, if they got 8, 8, 8, or, you know, 9, 8, 8, or 9, 14, 8, that would be considered NAS, neonatal abstinence syndrome. Now, the first hospital to ever do the rooming in was in Ontario, Canada, and it was, or Kingston General in Ontario, Canada. Now, not all hospitals do this rooming in. And honestly, it's kind of, I'm not going to say dumb on their part, because they're probably looking at it as it helps the babies, but honestly it doesn't. You're giving them something that really they don't need. What they need is their mother. And, you know, my husband doesn't quite understand this either. Babies need that skin-to-skin contact, and honestly I truly believe that the reason why Lincoln came home as fast as he did was because of me being in the NICU every time that I was allowed to be in there. The only time you're not allowed to be in there at the hospital that I was at was during like shift change, when they're like, you know, given outpatient information and things like that. You couldn't be in there for that hour of time between 7 and 8. But any of the other times I was there. I would go to bed at nighttime, come in every 2 hours to feed him. But other than that, I was in there. I was in there as much as I possibly could. I wanted to be with my baby. But babies that needed morphine went down to 14% from 93% of babies that had NAS. So 93% of babies usually needed the morphine, but once they started doing this rooming in, only 14% of them did actually need to go off to the NICU and be given morphine. Now, when you take the baby away from its mother, it's not only going to be withdrawing from the substance that the mother was on or taking, or, you know, illicit drugs or unillicit drugs, or illicit drugs, sorry. That baby's going to also withdraw from its mother. Now, the power of skin to skin is so amazing. It's something that not a lot of people understand. But when you are comforting that baby, you know what that baby needs. You know you can breastfeed the baby on demand anytime that it needs it. You can just be there and hold it skin to skin for the 5 days that they evaluate you, or evaluate the baby, I should say. And in 5 days, you're probably going to go home with your baby and not have to have children's services involved and have a healthy baby. You know, I remember sitting in the hospital with Lincoln, and I was just crying and crying and crying because he had to be put on morphine, and I felt like the worst mother on the planet. I was the biggest piece of crap because he was withdrawing from Subutex. And this doctor come up to me and she said, "Honey, please do not cry." She said, "You had a over 7-pound baby who is healthy, who has no medical problems, who is going to thrive in life, because you decided to stop sticking a needle in your arm and get the help that you needed." and the help that you guys deserved. Yes, it doesn't feel good to watch your child withdraw. It doesn't. It hurts. It hurts your heart, and it really messes with you mentally. But with the choices that I made in life, I would much rather be taking a prescribed medication where I know what is in that medication and I know how much of it I'm taking. And I know that I'm not going to overdose on it, or my baby's not going to overdose on it, or I'm not sticking needles in my arms anymore, or any other part of my body. I would much rather take Subutex than be on heroin, especially during pregnancy. And especially now that I'm already a mother. I don't want to look back to that life. Now, do I want to get off the Subutex or Suboxone right now? No, I don't. Because that right now is working for me. When I feel comfortable enough to get off of it, I will. But until then, I'm not going to. I'm not going to push myself to where I may possibly go out and relapse and lose my children and have them live the lifestyle that I lived growing up. I'm not going to do it. Having a child on Subutex is not bad. And if you are here because you were on Suboxone or Subutex or methadone, sorry, you're doing amazing. You are doing a wonderful thing for your children or your child. You're doing a wonderful thing for yourself. You're doing amazing, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Because I am sure you would rather see a healthy baby than a baby that has to be on a ventilator, or a baby that has to be in the NICU because it's underweight, not healthy. I know I would. Even though it broke my heart to watch Lincoln go through that. Watch this little tiny baby in this bassinet having tremors and watery stools and a rash so bad on his butt because he was pooping so much. But it's not going to be like that for long. You know, once they started him on that morphine, the symptoms went away. They got a lot better. And we were home super soon. But I would rather be what my baby needs. I would rather my baby be with me and me know everything that's going on. And being able to comfort my baby. You know, I truly believe that I wasn't able to breastfeed Lincoln because of being away from him. Because at nighttime, you know, I couldn't. He had latching problems because he was sick. And then when he was on the morphine, they didn't want to help. The hospital, they did not want to help. They looked down on me. I was the biggest piece of crap in their eyes. There was a few doctors there and nurses that were actually really helpful and would do whatever they could to help. But there was a couple of them that you didn't even feel like you were that child's parent. I literally felt like I was going into a room with babies and I was just looking at one child. And like he was like something that I was going to purchase or something. You know, that's how they made me feel. And, you know, during that time in the NICU, I didn't see mothers sitting there like I did. There was one woman that would come in for an hour a day. She didn't stay at the hospital because if you're not breastfeeding your baby, you don't get to actually stay at the hospital after the time that they discharge you. She would come in for an hour a day and hold her baby for 1 hour out of the 24 hours in one day. And then say, here you go, here's my baby, I have to go. I don't know if that woman was either still on drugs. I don't know if that woman just, that was the only time that she had the ride to and from. But I couldn't do that. I would do whatever I had to do to be with my baby during all hours. Now, grant you can't fall asleep in the NICU. You can't. They will kick you out because they did it to me. Not kick you out, but tell you to go lay down. But there's no way that I would ever be able to just leave my baby. I couldn't do it. You know, me and Willie, we were there for Lincoln the entire time. We didn't leave him. I take that back. We left the hospital one time, and that was to go get extra clothes because we found out, you know, we were going to be staying there a little longer. And the clothes we had, I had already worn them, you know, several different times and needed more clothing. But that was it. And I called and I checked on him. They gave me the little like password that you can make up to call in and check on him, because I can't just give out information to anybody over the phone. But I just want you to know it's not bad to have a child on medically assisted treatment. And I would rather see women be clean and sober and be thriving in life and enjoying sobriety, enjoying real life, not being numb to everything. I would rather see you be clean and be on medically assisted treatment than to be sick and have a sick baby. And if you are being told that you are a piece of crap, please know that you're not. Please know that you are not. I leave my email and my Instagram in every video in the description box down below. And if anybody ever, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, if you are a family member or a friend of somebody that is on this, or you would like to help them get on it, or just need to talk in general, I am always willing to talk to you. Always. I try to reply back to everybody, whether it be on here or Instagram. But Lincoln now is 14 months old. He is so amazing. He is beautiful. He is thriving. He had an evaluation the other day, and he is at a 2-year-old's level at 14 months old. He talks so much. He's walking. He's amazing. He's so amazing. And just knowing that I changed my life around for that little boy, to live a good life with that little boy, to let him see or not see the side of life that I took or had as a child, just makes me feel so amazing. And it makes being sober, and it makes going through everything that I've been through so worth it. I would do it again and again and again, every day, again and again and again. I love my son so much. But just know, please know, that you are doing the right thing. Your child is not going to have a mental delay. He is not going to not be healthy. He's going to be healthy. And you're doing amazing. I love you. Thank you for watching this video. And if you would like to watch my family grow and be here and support us and love us, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, please hit that like button. But I'm gonna go take a shower and go cuddle in bed with my little man, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.